Welcome to Amalgama WellTech Hub. Dive with us into this new podcast where we explore the fusion of wellness and technology.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Amalgama WellTech Hub, where we are passionate about transforming the wellness space. I am Belen, part of the BD team here, and I'm here with Tom, one of our co-founders, and Josh, who is a visionary in the intersection of gaming, technology, and mental health. Josh is the founder and chairman of the Warriors GMR Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to empowering veterans through gaming and innovative technologies. Josh, it's great to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm excited to talk with you today.
Awesome.
So yeah, thanks a lot for having you here. It is great. And we want to cut to the chase, like to go straight to probably to the why behind everything. And here it would be like the why behind the Warriors Foundation. Like, why did you start it?
Is there a moment where you said like this needs to be done? There's a gap in the market?
Yes, there was. And it was a moment in 2020 with COVID. So I was working in the gaming space. So I was working in gaming and I had a sports nutrition company, and COVID hit. And what I noticed was this major increase in like social isolation, loneliness, depression, ultimately leading to suicide. And I noticed that in the community that I was working with, which was a gaming community, but I also noticed it in the gaming and veteran community. There was a month that I remember that there was 6 sailors that committed suicide on a ship in Virginia Beach, and then there were 2 cadets that committed suicide that took their own lives at the Air Force Academy. And I think that was in February 2020, if I'm not mistaken. And so by the end of the year, I'm like, all right, I need to do something because, you know, with everybody being stuck and not able to go anywhere, there's only one vehicle that I knew at the time that to connect people, and that was through gaming. Because I could play anywhere in the world and with anybody else in the world and at the same time and be there together with them. And so I started the Warrior GMR Foundation, you know, with the initial mission of promoting health, wellness, and communityship through gaming with in-person events and online events. And we started that in 2020. I think it was November, October of 2020. And then we did our first actual event in August of 2021. And then it's kind of, it's grown from there. But I could get, you know, I could dive deeper into what we do if you'd like, or we could talk about more on the founding story.
Yeah, please. I would love to get into what you exactly do in the foundation. I remember last time we spoke, it was like a couple of months ago. It was already growing a lot. Is that pace still going?
It is, yeah. So what we do is we put on events. So we do in-person events and online events. We also have a community. And the reason why I feel community is such an important aspect, and I think they're both equally important. And the reason why is, you know, as you transition from service, you know, a friend of mine, and I kind of coined the term, or use it, is you go from an A to a C. So you're part of an A unit, and you go to C civilian. And in the military, you're taken care of. You have everything. You know, you have where you're at. You know, everything is structured. You go to be a civilian, nothing structured. Nobody cares about you. Like, it's just, you know, it could be, if you're not used to it, chaos, right? And so what we try to do is be that safety zone where, as you're transitioning from service, we are a safe space, we're a community, and we help you find that sense of belonging and purpose and give you that meaning. And that's kind of what our Discord community is for. And so that's why I started a Discord community, because I realized that Discord was a place that was better than a Facebook or any of those, as a place for people to get together, talk. You could communicate. I could FaceTime you. I host town hall sessions. I hosted a town hall session last night. And our team hosts meetings all the time. But the reason why we felt Discord was so powerful is because it could do everything all in one, right? We have 48, or maybe it's more than that now, channels in our Discord server where if you like a certain game, you could go meet other people that like that game. If you like memes, we have a meme channel. If you're interested in really mental health, we have mental health. Physical health, we do physical health. Drones, AI, and we have these various areas where if you want to become a part of something, you could join these areas. And so, if you did something in the military and you want to do it here, we have that. So it's a great place to feel a part of something. And then we put events on, right? So we do Miss Mindset. She comes on every other Tuesday, talks about mindset and how do we improve our mindset. We do resume writing workshops. We do career building workshops. We're partnering with different orgs to offer different services to our community. And then we have regular just chat channels. So you just want to talk to somebody, you're having a bad day or you just want to vent, we have chat. We have the way we initially got connected is through our peer support platform. We have a platform that's called the Veteran Resilient Support System. And what that does is it basically connects veterans. And so there's 3 tiers to that. The tier 1 is AI based, and that's powered by a for-profit company called Ilana.ai. Tier 2 is what we currently have existing in our Discord server, and that's our Peer Connect platform. And what that is we have a trained staff, all veterans, and what they do, there's 1 or 2 that are either in the medical field, but what those staff are trained to do is to be there to support another veteran on the other side. So if there's a veteran in crisis, they go into our Discord and they could talk to one of our team members to just help them through whatever they're going through. They're having a tough time with their transition. Their wife or husband just broke up with them or whatever. We're there to talk to them. So it's really a peer support platform to give you somebody to talk to. And then the 3rd tier of that is if somebody's in dire crisis, we try to refer them to a 988 or a suicide hotline, for professional help, because we just are services. We don't do any professional. And so that's one of the big features that we're really focused on and building out through the foundation is that platform to support other veterans that might be in crisis. So that's a little bit about our Discord server. And then the outside of that is we put on events. So we host multiple events a year in person. Most recently, we did an event at Howard University, which is in Washington, D.C. We did that at the end of July, and we had the Secretary of the VA as our keynote speaker. And then he and I did a town hall session after that. And we got overwhelmingly positive response. One of the issues that the VA has is addressing the younger veteran population. And by gaming, it's a way for them to connect with them and engage with them. So the VA is specifically working on, and we helped partly write their initiatives to help go after that younger demographic. And then we did a day of panels on transitioning from service, mental health, what role does gaming play, resume writing. And then day 2, we did a gaming tournament. We did a Valorant, which is a first-person shooter game. So those are some of the things that we do. And then we've got a whole 2025 series that I could share later. But that's kind of some of the things that we do and the services that we provide to give people a safe space to go to help them through the transition, to give them that sense of purpose, meaning, and community.
It's amazing. Everything you're saying, like as you speak, there are so many questions that are crossing my mind. And I'm thinking, wow, there's a lot to do in the community, in the veteran community. Congratulations. Amazing what you do, for real. And I'm thinking, like, do you have any special story, like success story that you feel sharing about a veteran that was in need or struggling and through the foundation they could resolve or yes, the issue that they were struggling with?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things that we've done is we created a channel called Testimonials. So this is a I was going to just read like 2 of them just to kind of talk about some of the stories, because there are some amazing stories on what some of the people that have gone through and coming into our community, how they felt. So this is from try to keep them anonymous, but I found Warrior Gamer through a VA newsletter, and I'm glad I did. From the moment of joining Warrior Gamer, I felt welcomed. Like others had stated, it feels really like being back in the military with an amazing camaraderie. Everyone is welcoming and willing to help in any way they can, from information to just being a person to listen and chat with. It's really nice to know that a community like this exists. A huge thank you to the staff and team for putting out links to the Warrior Gamer Discord on the VA newsletter. You all have no idea how much this has helped me, and I'm sure it's helped a ton of other veterans. That's one, and then here's another one. Hello, everyone. I'm a retired Army veteran and wanted to share a little bit about my story and why I joined the server, i.e. testimonials. After serving 20 years in the Army, gaming has been my ultimate outlet and passion. It's been a consistent source of joy and way to connect with others. Gaming has been an incredible positive outlet for me during deployments and overseas assignments. It's provided me a sense of comfort and familiarity even when I was far from home. Now that I'm retired, I was going about my usual retired routines of checking the morning emails, and I saw VA for Gamers, and I saw the newsletter from the VA in gaming, and I couldn't resist opening it. Before I knew it, I found myself in the Warrior Gamer environment, having a blast. The community has been so open and welcoming. It's been a great time hanging out with new acquaintances. It's amazing to find a community that shares the same values and creates such a chill and welcoming environment. It's been a fantastic experience connecting with like-minded gamers and veterans enjoying good times together. I'm excited to embark on a new journey and a little self-discovery and growth in the continuation of supporting fellow vet gamers. I've been diving in, learning about Zen and Chi and other incredible experiences so far. Remember, it doesn't have to matter who you are, what rank you held, what your title you have, or what position you hold. Gaming is a universal passion that transcends all boundaries and brings together people. Anywhere. Anyone can and everyone can embrace the gamer within them and enjoy the incredible world of gaming. So let's grab our controllers and dive into the virtual realms because gaming is for everyone. If you're already embarking on this adventure, may the adventure be with you. Let's connect, explore the gaming world together, just like true Jedi gamers. So those are just two of testimonials, but we've got a lot of them, and you just talk about life-changing experiences and people being lost and then finding this community. It's really inspiring when I go back, if I'm having a bad day, sometimes I'll go back and just read these because it keeps me moving forward.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, those testimonials are gold. Like, I can't even imagine how do you feel while reading them. And Josh, for me, it's amazing how you found like the use of technology in this case to help people. With everything that is happening in the tech field, that it's quite a lot in the last couple of years, especially with AI, with the metaverse, and all these crazy technologies that are rising. Where do you see the foundation or the organization going while everything is evolving so fast?
So way back when, I was a big fan of the metaverse and really getting involved in the metaverse and kind of building on the metaverse. And we never had success, but we did try to add to our in-person events a metaverse experience, and we never were able to really get that off the ground. I think a couple of the reasons were traction. There just wasn't enough traction in the metaverse field yet for us to get there, and it was like a $50,000 investment on our side. And so between the expenses and the limitations of adoption and user, we just never did that. But we are now embracing AI. So, I'm a big, I try to be an innovator. I've innovated on a few things, and obviously the foundation and using gaming to address mental health issues. We were the first ones to do it. So we try to be as innovative as possible. So one of the things I was talking about, that veteran resilience support system, and I said it's a 3-tier system, and that first tier is an AI-driven platform. So what we did was we developed this AI platform and really quickly realized that platform needed to actually be a separate entity from the foundation. So we spun out a for-profit entity called Ilana.ai to really, as a way to serve on a mass scale mental health among the veteran and service member population. So Ilana is basically, it's a Gen AI platform that works with the veterans and military community to act as a peer. And so you talk to it, it talks back to you, but it uses military training and veteran experiences to be able to talk to you, as well as cognitive behavioral therapy. So we're unique in that factor that we have veteran language, because the way that veterans speak is a lot different than just a civilian, and being able to understand some of their experiences really helps them or Ilana to be able to talk to them and address what they're going through. So that's one of the ways that we've taken, this innovative approach to technology, and seeing what are the trends and what is the future going. And we saw AI. And so that's how we were able to utilize AI to assist with expanding our mission and really creating a new mission to expand everything that we're doing.
Excellent. Thanks a lot for that. And Josh, I have a personal question here. Maybe working with this, I'm pretty sure this is heavy stuff. So I guess this somehow impacts to you. So my question was like, how does your work impact you in a personal level?
Good question. I get joy out of helping others, right? So I like to see helping others. And like I said, so sometimes if I'm having a bad day, I'll go back and read the testimonials, or kind of just remind myself what we're doing and to keep driving forward. So, that's it. But I'm a big health and wellness person. So I think, it's really important, because it is very stressful, and you see certain things, and, you have different experiences. So I work out every day. I make sure I sleep. I eat a good diet. I drink a lot of water. I do my electrolytes. So I'm always trying to really make sure I'm optimizing my performance physically and mentally, so then I could show up and be the best person and leader that I can be.
Awesome. And on that note, like, is there a flip side in what you do? I mean, it can be, I understand, and as you were saying, it can be very inspiring hearing the stories of success, but then there must be some stories that can be kind of hard to hear. And is there like a flip side to this veteran community?
Yeah. I mean, we're not for everybody. So like I'll get messages that, the first word is the F word, right? And then it's followed by other things. So I definitely, I don't get too much hate, but I definitely get I see the other side of that too. I don't address it, but there is a limited, but I do get, what the term hate mail or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are, the community that we have is a unique community, and it's really not for everybody. We try to make it for everybody, but some people don't like sense of humor. Veterans have a unique sense of humor, and so sometimes the sense of humor is not taken the way it was meant to take. And so there's definitely that negative side of, there is some people that direct hate towards me, based on their experience or the fact they just are offended or whatever. So I have to take it, and no, as a whole, I try to do good. And if there's somebody that takes it, a different way, I can't control the way they perceive it, right? I only can do what I can do. And so I don't let that affect me, just because I know I'm doing the best that I can. I'm not perfect. I make a lot of mistakes. But I try to, make improvements every day and be 1% better.
And besides, not everything is for everyone, unfortunately, or luckily. I'm not sure which way it goes this time. So to start closing this episode, we would like to jump into a section that it's a yes or no question. We're gonna ask you some yes or no questions. If you wanna like justify the answer, feel free to do so. If you wanna keep straight to yes or no, it's also okay. So I'm gonna start. The first one is, do you think esports are a way to build community? Like, yes or no?
Yes. And you said I could expand on that?
Absolutely, yeah.
So I think more broadly it would be gaming, because esports is really competitive, and not everybody does esports, and we don't do esports. We try to be more gaming focused. because esports is really your top 1%, like the NFL.
Yeah.
Being a competitive esports player, you're at the top 1%. So I say gaming because I think it's more inclusive, and I could be I don't game, but I could be a gamer. I could never be an esports player because I'm not that good, nor will I ever be that good, but I could be a gamer and I could pick up a game and I could play a game and not be judged by it. But so yeah, I think esports does build communities, but I think in a broader sense, gaming builds more community.
Do you think this is not a yes or no question? This is completely out of it came to my mind right now. Do you think there might be a B side to gaming? Like I'm thinking about sometimes the overuse of gaming or pushing people to maybe retreat to their virtual world instead of socializing in real life. Like, do you see that as a problem?
Yes, yes. Gaming, with anything, right? Too much of it is not good, right? So if you're gaming all day and you're eating popcorn and pizza, it's completely unhealthy. That's why I try to bring in physical components too. Like we do physical health challenges, and we did a plank challenge. I think we've done a push-up challenge or something. So squat challenge. So we try to bring in that physical component too, because yeah, if you're playing games all day and you're playing different, like there's social games and there's not social games. So you could be on Discord and playing at the same time, which a lot of people do, which is your social. We could be like this talking to each other. But if you're playing a non-social game and you're doing that all day, I think that's really probably not healthy. Or if you're just gaming for 12 hours a day, that's also not healthy. So I think, yeah, if you take gaming too far, it's very unhealthy.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Going back to the yes or no questions, do you want to?
Yeah, going back to those and related to gaming, do you think that virtual reality is a fundamental factor for wellness or for the mental health?
So really early on, we got involved with VR. And I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I'm a little older than that like I used it and I got a headache, and I had 3 devices given it to me. I gave them all away. Like I do not own a device. I probably never own a device. Maybe the glasses ones, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of very valuable ways to use VR. I think from a treatment standpoint, if you can handle it, especially if you're younger, I think it's very valuable. And there's a lot you can do from treating mental health disorders to connecting people to community building through VR. So I think, and when we were building that metaverse, it was going to be through like this and then VR. So I think VR is very powerful. It gives me a headache. I think there's some downsides to it too. And, like I said, that's me personally. Maybe it doesn't affect a lot of other people that way, but me, it just didn't click. And maybe that's my bias towards it. But I also believe it's a really powerful thing and we still promote it. I think we've got a VR channel on our Discord. So it's definitely very powerful. It's a great tool. And I think from a mental health perspective, it can be used. But I think maybe with the new technologies that are coming out, it'll be better. I think if I can use it, it'll be good for anybody because I'm very sensitive. So, that's kind of my feeling is, and I think with the new technologies, I'm sure in the next couple of years it'll get there.
Okay, great. Do you think, next question, do you think that nutrition plays an important role in mental health?
100%. You are what you eat, and if you're eating fast food all the time and processed everything, I think it tends to have that effect. And then, you're eating, tons of sugar, your body can't run at an optimal level, and it causes brain fog and other things. So I think, really having a healthy diet, you don't have to go paleo or anything like that. I mean, honestly, I'm not paleo anymore. I used to be paleo, when I was doing CrossFit hard, I was paleo, but now I'm definitely not paleo. I like my snacks and I'll do my ice cream on the weekends. So I definitely am not paleo, but I think, having a low sugar diet is really important. Like I said, I'd have my cheat days, but, and over the holidays, I definitely was cheating more than I wasn't, but I like to lift heavy and I like to perform at my peak. And I know eating a ton of sugar, you can't do that. So yeah, I definitely think 100% nutrition is really important and to optimize your mental health and your physical health.
You just remind me that I need to buy my electrolytes. Yeah, the next time I go to the US because you have really good ones. So let me make the last one. We know that veterans community are usually a pretty strong thing, but do you think that gaming or these kind of solutions could work in other kinds of communities?
Absolutely. Gaming, the veteran community is a really unique community and something that I think a lot of orgs um, try to, go into and they get kicked out. And if you're not a part of them, it's very hard to get in. So I think, and gaming is something that connects them and it's a way to connect them. So if you're deployed, you can play with your kid. So I think gaming from the military and veteran standpoint is a very powerful tool, but you can use that in whatever other community you think, it does the same thing. So police and firefighters, I think that's a powerful. I don't know much about that community, to be honest, but we've been asked to do stuff with them. I don't really have any ties not directly to the police and fire, but I'm interested, so I think it could help them too. That's a complete assumption based because I don't know anything about them, but I know what gaming can do, and I know the power of gaming. So I believe that it could help that community. I think it could help a lot of other communities because, first of all, it's a way to connect with others, and it also gives you something to do or to achieve and be a part of. And so I think gaming can be used in multiple facets outside of the veteran community. And like I said, I know there's a lot of issues for the first responders, and I believe that gaming could, especially for the youngers, 40 and under, it could be a very powerful tool to help that.
Totally. I mean, wherever there's a community, I think gaming, like Warriors, it's like the proof that gaming can work and can help people that's struggling with whatever they're struggling with. So we're running out of time and want to be respectful of your time and the listeners' time. So I want to thank you so much for sharing your journey, your stories, your insights. Congratulations on everything you're doing, all the service you're doing with the foundation, and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure, and I really appreciate you letting me be a part of this.
Such a pleasure, Josh. See ya.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.